The new moon is a particularly fertile time to start any new manifestation. It is a time for planting seeds as well as introspection, rebirth, and new beginnings. Regardless of what it is we want to manifest, the new moon is a great time for reflection and discernment as we flesh out what it is we want to bring forth to enrich our lives. However, the zodiac sign in which the new moon shows up can also add an additional layer of influence. The next new moon, showing up on the 18th of March, is in the sign of Pisces and has the themes of surrender, spiritual guides, mentors, transitions, creativity, addictions, and vices as well. In her Moonology Oracle card deck, Yasmin Boland calls this card Meditate and Contemplate. And in her guidebook, she has the following to say. This card speaks of dreams and romance, of soulmates and poetry. It suggests there's a new start coming your way that's connected to a matter that leaves you feeling somewhat between having your head in the clouds and being in a totally altered state. There could be confusion and disappointment if that's what you've had before, and that's what you're expecting. However, if you're onto a good thing, then wish hard, because the words of your soul and your heart could help bring about the manifestation of your dreams. If all that sounds a little wet and watery, then that's Pisces for you. This is the last sign of the zodiac, and the new moon in Pisces card can suggest a last-ditch chance to make your dreams come true. So let's put her card over here. Let's take a look at what other energies might be influencing our manifestation process this new moon. The first card that we draw shows the seed of intention. This is the energy around what it is we want to manifest this month. And the card that shows up here is the Queen of Wands. While all the queens embody the element of water, the Queen of Wands also embodies the element of fire. She is dynamic and charismatic, self-assured and magnetic. She is the mistress of her inner fire and in command of her energy and passions without being pushy about them. And this is the energy that she brings to setting our intentions right now. It might be good to remember that when she operates from her shadow side, she might have a more domineering attitude or require blind loyalty from others. So as we set up our manifestation this month, it might be a good idea to check in and make sure that we are embracing all of her positive qualities and not also tapping into something from her shadow side. But she is certainly going to be a wonderful support for us as we set our seeds of intention for what it is we want to create this new moon. The next card I'm going to draw shows us any fears or beliefs that might be holding us back in bringing our manifestation to life. So we're looking at any shadow aspects that might be affecting us right now. And the card that shows up in this position is the Three of Coins, or Pentacles, as it's often called. Now, traditionally, this card talks about teamwork, planning, competence, about collaborating with others and implementing a plan. So As it's in the shadow aspect position, we might want to consider what fears or beliefs we might hold around these concepts. Is there something there that might be holding us back from moving forward? Another question we might want to ask ourselves here is whether or not we have all the required knowledge we need to bring our manifestation to life. Do we need to look around and see if there's someone else we can call on, an expert or some more knowledgeable source that we can draw on to help us move forward more easily and effectively? As the Three of Coins is also about planning and implementation, perhaps there's something here that we are missing. The next card shows us our fertile ground. Where in our lives are things ready to grow? Let's see what comes up here. The King of Pentacles, or the King of Coins in this deck. This king is a master of abundance and prosperity. And we want to draw on the energy he brings of confidence, of self-discipline, his savvy, his excellent work ethics, and his positive attitude as we work on our manifestation. I think having the king here bodes well for our success moving forward. But it might do us well to remember that on his shadow side, he can sometimes be resistant to change. So we want to be sure that we check in and make sure we have no resistance to change moving forward, and that we're open to what new ideas the universe helps us bring forward. Moving on, we want to see what nurturing energies are around to help support us with our planning and manifestation. And here the card showing up is number 14, Temperance. Temperance is particularly helpful as, in addition to bringing balance and patience, it also brings integrity and helps us integrate and blend ideas together. Like all the cards, Temperance too can have a shadow side, and sometimes that may be acting out of mindless habit. So let us just tune in and make sure that we're not simply acting on autopilot, and that we are truly open to seeing new possibilities. The next card in our spread is called Lunar Wisdom and depicts what it is the moon wants us to know right now. And the card showing up here is the Page of Cups. While this page may be intuitive and loving, he can also be emotional. He is often described as a dreamer and can spend a lot of time dreaming and fantasizing about what he wants. But the question is, will he do anything practical about it? On his shadow side, he may be gullible or a people pleaser. Or he may just get stuck in his head and never move forward actually doing anything. So perhaps the lunar message here to be aware of is a tendency to get caught up in dreams and fantasies that may not always be practical. Just a quick reassessment to make sure that what you're wanting to create is actually a viable project. Now we're ready to look at the energies of what our next step is going to be. Where can we start? What action can we take to move beyond the thinking stage? So let's see what card shows up here. The King of Wands. Here, where the advice is about the actual action we need to take, we have another king. Because all the kings embody the element of fire and the element of the suit, this king embodies a double element of fire, of passion and inspiration. He is powerful, dynamic, inspirational, bold, and visionary. Because his visionary spirit is matched by the boldness of his spirit, he can make big things happen. We can certainly lean on his energy to help us move forward from just thinking about things to actually getting started on what needs to be done to move forward. Once again, however, we should be aware that he has a shadow side, which is where he can be arrogant, bossy, and over-responsible. So these are traits we would want to stay away from in this process. The last card shows us the potential outcome, where this can lead if we follow through. So let's see what comes up here. Here we have another queen. So we started our reading with a queen, and we're ending it here with another. This time it's the Queen of Cups. And as a queen, we mentioned before, they all have the element of water. And Cups also has the element of water. So this queen embodies a double element of water, heightening her emotions, intuition, compassion, and sentimentality. She can be deeply connected to her emotions and is able to use them to heal not only herself, but others. She shows empathy and patience to all around her. Her shadow side can show up as being oversensitive, moody, or having a tendency to get caught up in other people's drama, or become an emotional sponge. So keep this in mind, as it's definitely something that we want to stay away from as we bring our manifestation process forward. Let's see if we can get any more information from the Inner Child Oracle to help us plan our manifestation successfully. And there's two cards that have popped out. Number 44, which is a master number, which says, you know the way. Trust your intuition on this journey. And the other one is number 13, which actually adds up to a 4. Find your haven. There is a place of wonder waiting just for you. As I look at the cards on the table, I am encouraged by the potential and support these energies offer. However, I'm also acutely aware that unless I actually do the inner work and take the required next practical steps, my manifestation dream won't move forward. I'm ready to do that this month. What about you? Are you ready to take the required steps to make your dreams come true, or will you put it off for another time? Sending you all love and light and many blessings.